From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Darcy Moran with today's Voice Briefing. It's Thursday, August 31st, 2023. From politics reporter Clara Hendrickson, a more generous paid leave policy, a 100% clean energy standard, and protections for abortion access were among the policy priorities outlined by Governor Gretchen Whitmer in a speech Wednesday, laying out her agenda for the fall. Quote, "Today I want to answer one question. What's next?" Whitmer said, kicking off her speech. The governor uses the annual State of the State address delivered in the State House chamber to outline policy goals. But for the first time, Whitmer delivered a second policy speech focused exclusively on her legislative ambitions for the rest of the year. GOP legislative leaders blasted her wish list as extreme and expensive, however. Quote, "Unfortunately, it has become painfully obvious that what's next for the people of Michigan is bad news for their pocketbooks," unquote, said Senate Minority Leader Eric Nesbitt. Whitmer ended her speech with a call to celebrate everything she said Michigan has to already offer as she looks to the state's future. Quote, "We have it all, so let's tell the story, because we're Michiganders, damn it, and there's nothing better," unquote. For the full story from Clara Hendrickson, be sure to check out freep.com.
This is Nusrat Rahman with the Detroit Free Press. For years, Oakland County, like others in the state, foreclosed on properties that owed back taxes, sold them, and then kept the proceeds. But a new legal standard says some of the money from those sales actually belongs to the property owners, not the county. So a growing number of suits across the state seek to recover the funds for former property owners, meaning millions could drain out of county coffers. The new legal standard springs from a 2020 Michigan Supreme Court ruling, which says former owners are entitled to foreclosure profits beyond unpaid taxes, interest, and penalties. The issue also heads back to the Michigan Supreme Court, which could decide by next July on whether people can reclaim the windfall from property sales before the 2020 decision. Several lawsuits in Wayne and Macomb counties are pending in court seeking to make former owners whole again. Oakland County actually settled its case and created a $38 million settlement fund. Payments began going out this summer. For a breakdown of the legal cases for Michiganders who lost property to tax foreclosure, go to freep.com.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. All three University of Michigan campuses were reconnected to Wi-Fi and the internet Wednesday, and the systems are expected to become fully operational gradually over the next few days. The university warned, however, that not all of its remediation efforts are complete, and there still may be slower service and disruptions over the next few hours or days. It also could take hours for data to sync in some systems. Complete or not, it was welcome news for many. The disruption in its fourth day has affected nearly 120,000 people at all three campuses, including about 65,000 students and 54,000 faculty and staff at the university's Ann Arbor, Flint, and Dearborn campuses, and the university and federal authorities are investigating who was responsible. One regent, after a briefing Tuesday, said it was a targeted cyber attack. Students, on their first 2 days of classes, said the outage was jarring and frustrating as they struggled to find their schedules and classes and look up their assignments. It also was one of the last things some said they would have expected. What's more, the outage cast what UN President Santa Ono called an unfortunate cloud over what U.S. News and World Report has ranked as a top university in the nation with one of the best undergraduate cybersecurity programs.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department. We're taking a look at the Detroit Lions practice squad roster. Of course, this came together on Wednesday. Practice squad players can be called up to the main roster due to injury. Of note, the Lions brought back kicker Michael Badgley. He was the place kicker for the team much of last season, but was released this offseason due to injury. Riley Patterson won the place kicking job for the Lions in training camp, but there could be a bit of a competition here now. Also of note, the Lions signed Zonovan Bam Knight, a running back who was released by the Jets earlier this week. Knight started in 4 games for the Jets last season and ran for 300 yards over 7 games. The Lions have only 2 tailbacks on their active roster, David Montgomery and rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. Also of note on the practice squad, rookie Dylan Drummond and cornerback Chase Lucas.
To learn more about these stories and more, check out the Detroit Free Press at freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.